Hello and welcome to part 10 of my Let's Play of Atelier Rorona. Got a lot going on during this playthrough, or this particular session. Nothing really big. Basically, we have completed our assignment, which was just turning in a bunch of food, I believe. And we are basically going to just spend the rest of our days kind of exploring the rest of the 49 days. We are going to use it finishing our exploration of the forest, or as far as we can get at the moment.
They haven't noticed us. Let's do this.
No problem at all.
Now, there are basically two obstacles on this map. One, that boulder, which we will deal with in a moment. The other is this particular lake area. We have to have a particular bomb in order to pass through it, and that's where those ice bombs come into play. It's actually kind of a creative means of using items for both attack and defense purposes. You know, it's taken to the nth degree later on in Totori, but it's just a multi-purpose tools in something like this. This type of game is always somewhat enjoyable. Granted, what I got from that chest probably wasn't worth the effort in order to cross that particular ingot, but you know, it was there. And with that, we'll continue our ramp through the forest. Or romp.
Bring it on!
Take this! No problem at all.
This is my chance. Ha! That's what happens when I'm here. Here they come.
And that pretty much completes the forest. You know, those two particular areas just led to those two treasure chests, both of which probably aren't worth the effort. Definitely not worth wasting a good item to get to. You know, the bombs one way or the other. Not really a whole lot of good stuff to collect from a material standpoint either. So, you know, it's one of those things that if for 100% completion or whatever, or if you need some time to waste, then by all means go for it. But don't think that it is an overly critical thing in order to complete the game. And with that, we will do a little bit of crafting, basically crafting things that we haven't done before. Always a good idea to do, and it does help in the leveling process, your alchemy leveling process. So keep that in mind.
Rorona, are you an only child?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
No reason. Did you ever want a sibling?
Sure, I've wanted one before. My parents were always going somewhere without me, so I wanted someone to play with.
I see. One more question. If you were to have a brother or sister, which one would you prefer?
Well, probably a brother. I think an energetic boy would make my days more exciting.
All right. Thanks for the info. I'll take that into consideration.
Consideration? I wonder what she's up to now.
And that was just foreshadowing about what's going to be happening later. It doesn't matter which you choose in that particular instance, boy or girl. I'll go over the difference when we get to that point. It's just personal preference. And here we go with coal again. You know, if you have the extra money, you know, the wood and potentially some of the gems and even that water, you know, he does sell some stuff. They may seem like common items that you can get other places pretty easily. It's the quality of some of those items that are really difficult to find out in the real world. And it takes far too long time-wise to just quickly go and get some of that stuff. So it's good to, you know, it's good if you have the extra money to do what you need to do. Then it's well worth picking up. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is my ever-long quest of actually getting a good bomb. I just don't have the ingredients in order to make that right now. And since I couldn't really find anything material-wise for the bombs, you know, I've got a little bit of time to kill left. You know, last course of action is to go and find it myself. Again, these levels are pretty low from an exploring standpoint. But you never know, you know, you could get lucky.
Looks like we've won.
Good job! You didn't run away today! It's not like I do that every time.
Well, you're not supposed to run away in the first place.
Oh, I know, but... Leona! Rorona, you came? Yep, and I got to watch the whole thing. You are great!
That's all? What about the lead actor's performance?
Oh, sorry. You and Rania did great too. Thank you for the compliment. Oh, so I was wondering, can you two move around on your own as well? Oh.
Of course not. What do you think Leonella would be doing if we were able to move on our own?
Right. So then how is she moving you two? I don't see any strings. The strings are invisible. Yeah. Invisible strings? Wow! What do they look like? Can I see? It would be hard to show you what an invisible string looks like. Oh, you're right.
But they're not your ordinary invisible strings. They're only invisible to idiots.
What? So, does this mean that I'm an idiot? Oh, no, that's not true. He was lying. It's not true? So I'm not an idiot? No, that's not what I meant. So I am an idiot. No,
This conversation is never gonna end.
You started it. Let's leave them alone for a while. I haven't seen Leonella talk this much in a long time.
That's what happens when I'm here. Bring it on! Ha! That's what happens when I'm here.
Here they come. Ha! Ta!
Looks like we've won. They're coming. Be careful.
Ha! Ta! Easy as pie.
And these last little bits of crafting will pretty much end my assignment time, which will end in the first or in the year, sort of, in time respects. One thing that you're going to want to do to make sure before you finish the year is that you want to completely empty your inventory. It's actually something that I forgot to do, but it will make your life a little bit easier if you do. So just remember, you're gonna want an empty inventory before before the time's up on this particular assignment. And that includes all your bombs and restores and all that. You're gonna want your full 60 slots. We get our new assignment, which is to basically turn in tonics, which are pretty simple. Those are little green orb things. Another pretty simple assignment. But before we do that, we have a festival to go to. This is something that occurs at the end of each year, and there is a little event that goes along with each of them. So basically the point of this event, or the challenge of this event, is to collect as many cabbages as you can. It's not as challenging as it sounds. Everything is a cabbage. The only disadvantage is, again, if you didn't clear out your inventory, you have to deal with that as well. This is a timed event, but the time doesn't go down when you're managing your inventory, so there's a little bit of a plus in that. And it doesn't matter how many you have in your inventory. That's not the count. The count is how many you gather. So you can actually throw some away in your inventory and still have them remain counted as ones that you have gathered. Obviously, the disadvantage is you don't get to keep them, and really there are some actually pretty high level quality cabbages here. You saw a couple of 90s and 80s that I was picking up, so it's actually worth your effort to actually have that empty inventory so that you can keep as many as you can for the event. But if you're like me and forgot about that, just remember that you're gonna have to add in some management as well. Now, the time does count down as you are gathering the items, so you're gonna want to do your inventory management outside of the gathering mechanic. Now, I don't know what the number is as far as what it takes to win, but it's very simple to get 60, at least 60. So, and I know that does allow you to win. So, there you go. Even here, you can see that I am wasting somewhat time managing my stuff outside of everything, and I'm still going to be able to win. So, It's not a difficult event by any stretch of the means. It's just a good way for you to collect cabbages, which, you know, they have their purposes. And you do get to keep them at the end of the game, so they just add to your crafting mechanic. And your reward for all that work is kind of a useless accessory item. Not that big of a deal. Actually, the cabbages are probably a bigger reward than that, but whatever. You won, so that's all good and all. And that pretty much ends it for this playthrough. I'll leave you to the finishing scenes of the ending the year and starting the next. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and God bless.